I broke up with my best friend of 8 years and told her that I wasn't coming to her wedding because I found out that she was cheating on her fiance. And y'all can say I'm not a girl's girl for that, but hear me out. So she was obsessed with Richard. Okay, that's her fiance. And I mean, she all she talked about was getting proposed and him proposing to her. And okay, so then he proposes, and then all she talks about is wedding day, wedding day, wedding day, wedding day. So she's like obsessed with the thought of getting married. She wanted to look top tier for her wedding day, right? Valid. So she gets a personal trainer. Okay. And we'll just call this personal trainer Billy. She is spending a lot of time with Billy, okay? She's going to the gym, getting it with Billy. And then her new obsession literally became Billy. Like, she would not stop talking about him, and he's helping her get her quads right, and Billy's helping me get into shape, and Billy. Mind you, we're friends. So the one day she asked me to go to the gym, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll go to the gym with you. We get there, and I notice her and Billy are so flirty, like extra flirty. While we're all sitting there talking, I realized that Billy doesn't live in the same town as us. He lives like 45 minutes away, and that's important for later. Then like a week goes by, and I'm getting brunch with my friend, and she's literally just going on and on and on about Billy. So I'm like, you really haven't talked about the wedding lately. Like, is everything okay? What is going on? And she's like, honestly, I've just been focusing on myself. So about a month out from her wedding, her fiance, Richard, he flies home for his bachelor party because I guess he's from Wisconsin, so that's where they wanted to have it. So he flies home, and we were like, okay, so let's take her out for hers. So we all go out, and she's literally on her phone like the whole entire time. Like, at first I didn't say anything, and then it was just aggressive. She was on her phone the whole time. So I'm like, girl, are you good? Like, what is going on? And she's like, oh, nothing, and I'm like, well, are you texting Richard? And she's like, no, it's actually Billy, and like he made this joke and like yada yada yada. And I'm like sitting there like, what? So then 11:30 comes around, and she's like, you know what, I think I'm just gonna call it a night. Like, I'm tired. And I'm like, what do you mean you're tired? Like, it's your bachelorette, dude. Like, the night just started. But I also am someone that is in bed by 8:30, so I'm like, okay, girl, like, say less. So my husband is literally like stoked that I'm coming home. So I get home, and we pop some spicy cubes and have ourselves a night. And so I'm texting my best friend later, and I'm like, dude, you have to get spicy cubes for your honeymoon. Like, these are crazy. And you know how on iMessage, like when you go in, you can see the location at the top of the messages? So I glance at it, and then I click, and she's in this little town 45 minutes away. Yeah, you clocked it. Same little town Billy's from. Same little town. So I find this quite interesting. You left your bachelorette trip so you could go hang out with your personal trainer. So I screenshot that, and I text her the next morning, and I'm like, hey, do you want to go get brunch? Like, let's go get brunch. And she texts me back, and she's like, I'm really busy today, and she blows me off. Okay. So a few hours go by, and I look at my phone. I have a missed call from Richard. And then I see I have a text message from him that says that he needs my friend to call him. So I'm like, okay, this is so odd. So I call my friend, and I'm like, hey, Richard is looking for you. He said he wanted you to call him. He, I have a missed call from him. Then he sent me a text, whatever. And she's like, oh, yeah. Please just don't answer right now. Like, I'm actually doing something for him. Like, I'm surprising him. I don't want him to know. I'm on my way back to the house. So, like, no big deal. And I'm just like, okay. Then I'm like, well, what's the surprise? And she's like, I can't really talk about it right now. Okay, like, I'll talk to you about it later. And she's like, in a hurry, hangs up. Mind you, her location is still in that little town. Okay, and like at this point, I actually feel bad for ignoring Richard. Like, it's just not my personality. And honestly, like, she wasn't even being honest with me. Like, you're acting so sus, and like, I'm I'm your best friend and like you're not even telling me what's going on. So I'm just like, I don't know. I'm like torn at this point. And like I know her whole life isn't my business, but I don't know. It's like I'm your best friend. Even if you're in the wrong, like you're not going to tell me. Now this goes on for quite some time, okay, where I keep seeing her location at this exact address. So about a week goes by and it's one of our friends, really our really good friend's birthday. And she ditches all of us, okay? Like mentioned she was coming and then ends up ditching all of us. So I check her location that night and guess where she was? That address. So I call her up and I'm like, okay, listen, like, we gotta talk. We meet up and we're getting dinner, we're talking, and I just come out and I'm like, listen, I know that you have been at Billy's. And she's like, no, I haven't. And I'm like, girl, like, I have your location. I've seen that you're there. Like, I've been looking at it. And I'm literally like, girl, just come clean, like, and tell me, like, I know that you have been hanging out with him. And she's like, okay, like we have hung out, but like what's so wrong with that? I'm like, you're engaged and you've been there at like 2:45 in the morning. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I have your location. Like I see that you're over there. Then she's like, it doesn't even matter. Like I ended things with him. And I was like, you ended things with him. And she's like, yeah, like I ended things with him. So I'm like, okay, so like you had something with him. And she's like, yeah, obviously I had something with him and like, you would know. And she starts getting like kind of mean. She keeps saying like, you would know because you were like creeping on me, like whatever. And like, I'm not trying to creep on you and I'm not trying to, like not be a girl's girl. But and then she's like, yeah, I'm like, you're judging me. And I said, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, like, be honest with me. Like, what is happening? Be honest with me. Be honest with freaking Richard. Like, and like, girl, people make mistakes. Like, it's fine. It's fine. I would never judge, but just, I don't know. It was really the dishonesty thing that was getting me. And it's like, you're not 20 years old, okay? Like, you're 30 years old. You're lying to your fiance, and then on top of it, like your best friends, you're not even telling your best friends what is happening. I don't know. Frontal lobe is developed, okay? We know better. So then she starts freaking out and she's like, I'm not telling him, like, whatever. And then she said, and I don't want you to be my maid of honor anymore because, like, you're telling me to tell him. I was just saying, 2 weeks ago you were with another man and you're comfortable still having a wedding, getting married, and 2 weeks ago, how? She tells me that I am a terrible friend and that it's none of my business. And I was like, you know what, girl, honestly, I don't think I can be friends with you because I don't trust you. And I genuinely, like at this point in my life, I am not keeping people in my circle that I can't trust. So literally 2 days later, Richard is blowing up my phone and he's saying that he knows something is going on with her and he just wants somebody to be honest with him. Like literally desperate for someone to just be honest. And it's literally crazy because this man would still marry her if she was just honest about what she did. Like guaranteed he would still be with her. Like I really don't think if I told him the truth that it would blow up their wedding, but like does he deserve to know? Like, and I mean really it's just like I'm not going to attend the wedding and I'm not going to be her friend because I can't trust her. But what about him?
Put a finger down if your friend's talking stage threw you both out of the car in the middle of the night on a bridge. So there was this particular day I was at home with my friend. We were not doing anything. So I told her, let's go to the studio. Let me use you for model because I'm a makeup artist. So we got to the studio. I did her makeup, she looked good. She stripped her friends. She posted on her story. And there was this particular guy she was talking to. I think they've been going on for like again 2 weeks or 3 weeks, almost a month, sha. So the guy saw the makeup and asked her if she was going out, that she looked good, da 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 da. And she said no, she wasn't going out, that her friend did makeup on her, so she just modeled for someone. And the guy was like, wow, she looked good. He asked her if he could take her out and they should just go and have a nice time. So my friend said yes, and my studio is in Lagos Island, and so the guy offered to come and pick her up. So it was 6 o'clock at the time, so he came around at 6. So I wasn't doing anything and I was also like done in the studio. So I asked my friend if he could tell him to give me a lift and drop me off anywhere, VI or Sandfield or anywhere. I don't know where they were going to. So when the guy came, he saw me. He was thankful and telling me I made his girlfriend or whatever looked good, and I was just like, no problem, it's our work, you can patronize us, you can, refer your friends, refer your sisters if you have one. And he was like, no, it's fine. And then he proceeded to ask me if I was doing anything or if I was just going home, and I told him I was going home, I wasn't doing anything. And he asked me to join them if I don't mind, and well, I don't mind, and I joined them. So he asked my friend to pick the location, and my friend picked a location in VI. It was a nice restaurant. We got there, he ordered wine, he ordered starters for us. I think it was tacos, and he asked me what I would like to eat. And I ordered lamb chops and mashed potatoes. So I just ordered, and I was free. I ate. So it was my friend's turn to order. She said no, she doesn't want to order anything because she's having a running stomach, and she doesn't want to be going up and down to the restroom, and like maybe she'll just do takeout. So the guy was like, okay, no problem. So I think she just ordered a milkshake, and she didn't take any, she didn't eat anything. So after that, we vibed, we talked. Everybody was just good, and everything was just going fine. So it was time to pay the bill. I think my friend now ordered takeaway. I think she ordered seafood platter takeaway. So I think the seafood platter was like 80K, and they brought the bill. The bill was almost, I think, 425 or for something. So the guy paid, and it was time for us to go home. So we left, and we were on our way. And I asked my friend what's up, that is he going to drop us or what's going on, because we are going to Igboefon, and I don't know where the guy is going to, so we should just know how we're going to like move. So the guy was asking us, should we go and drop her home, then we go to my place. My friend was like, your place, I don't understand, you're going to drop the both of us, you can't just drop my friend at home. So the guy was just like, you're going home with me, like we're going to have a nice, like you're going to, he didn't say we're going to have a nice time, because I was in the back, so I was hearing most of what they were saying. So the guy was like, you're going with me, like you go with me. And my friend was like, no, I'm not going with you, why should I go with you, this is not like a proper date, this is just, you asked if I wanted to go out, this is not a proper date, so why would I just go home with you? So they were arguing, back and forth, back and forth. And so the guy was like, oh yeah, no problem, I'm going to drop you guys home. My friend was like, okay, fine. I mean, I was happy. I was like, okay, like say this man, now, he was actually a jovial person and a friendly person. So I was like, so we were already on our way before all these things were happening. I think we were almost at Ikate. From VI, we were almost at Ikate. So the guy now said, since is dropping us home, he wants to pick his friend. I think somewhere at Ikoyi. And we were like, Ikoyi, that means you have to drop us off first, because we were at Ikate, and Ikate is not far from Ibuefon, so you cannot go to Ikoyi and come and drop us off again. And he was just like, he's so sorry he didn't tell us before that if his friend is stranded wherever he is and he needs to pick him up, da 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 da. I mean, I was already getting suspicious, like, what the fuck, you didn't know you were going to pick your friend before. But the guy was like, he was very friendly, so and he did pay for our dinner, and we had a nice time, so let's just go with him. So he turned and went straight to, I think he passed Peninsula. I didn't even know where he passed, like he just passed Peninsula. So I was on my phone at this time, he was driving, and it was a long drive. So I was on my phone, I was pressing my phone. I don't know what my friend was doing in the front. I don't know what she was doing in the front, because she was in the front and me, I was at the back. So I don't know what she was doing in the front. Like, she wasn't looking at where we were going. I don't know what she was doing in the front. I just know that Baga, we're on the bridge. And I just looked up, and we're on Tomila Bridge. Third Milan Bridge, from Ikate to Ikoyi, from Ikoyi to Tomiland Bridge. I don't know how I don't even know how we got to Tomiland Bridge. We got to Tomiland Bridge, and I like, the guy just stopped, and I looked up like, oh my god, where are we? Where are we? We're on the bridge. What are we doing on the bridge? And the next thing I heard was, get out. Get out of my car and drop the food. Like, drop the food and get out of my car. At this time, the saxophones were getting louder. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Get out of my car and drop the food. It was not funny. And I was just there like, okay. We got out of the car, and my friend dropped her food, because she was just livid. We were both livid, we were both angry, we didn't know what to say, because it was it was late, and this time it was late already. It was around, I think, after 11 to 12 or after 12. Like, it was late already. It was already midnight. And you 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 brought us to Tom Milan Bridge. I think it was just, you just wanted to like do something wicked. You just wanted to wicked us. You just wanted to like show us that. We got out of the car and it zoomed off. But thank God that day, thank God that immediately it zoomed off. Like, we're still like pondering, like we're still shocked and just like talking between ourselves, like, what the fuck just happened? Kilo shit, like, what the fuck? Kilo shit. And we just saw a car parked, and he was like, what was going on? Da 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 da. Like, what happened? And we told him that anyway, if you just, it should just take us anywhere. Like, at least it should just take us from the bridge to maybe anywhere safe, so that we'll just come down, we'll order our ride from there, because I don't think we're going to see ride on the Terminal Bridge, because it was late and cars were just passing by, boom 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 boom. That was how we left where we were. And the guy, the good Samaritan that took us, actually dropped us home. He dropped us home. We were so happy. But my friend was just angry. Like, she didn't eat. If she had ate now, it would have been better. We know that, okay, we went out. She did not eat her food. She dropped her food. Me, I ate to my fill. I ate tacos. I ate, like, it was as if I was the one they took on a date, because I enjoyed myself. But my friend, she did not enjoy it. I said, this what I'm saying is not even funny. But anyways, I'm just thankful that, anywhere you are, God will judge you, because you my friend was just on her own before he said you should come and take her out. You don't make any plans. You just want carry girl go out like that. I'm like, where do they do that? Fairly Ghost Boys, guys. Anyways, ciao.
Guys, it's not everything you see on social media you start saying, God when, God won't be, God whatever she said in her prayers. It's not everything, no. So I used to follow this girl on Instagram. She's an influencer, but like I wouldn't say she's an influencer because she doesn't really influence, but she just wrote it on her bio that she's an influencer. This girl, she's smart, she's beautiful, and she has her big girl money. When you see enter her page, you will literally just, the first thing you see is a smart lady, a very beautiful lady. And I never thought in my life that I'll meet that girl. She's actually not like in her 20s. And when she got married, she was even 19, but I believe now she's in her 20s. So I never believed I would ever see her in real life till I went to see my friend. And when I went to see her, my friend, she was her elder sister's friend. And she just came and I saw her and I was like, I literally like this girl so much. And we spoke and literally we just clicked. Well, we were not friends. We just spoke there and it ended there. And we literally just saw her getting engaged. And this engage was will you complete half of my dean kind of, engagement. He literally decorated a whole house and everything. I asked her to be his wife. And he also gave her a car when they got married, like one day after their marriage, he gave her a car. And usually she posts a picture with him, and every time me and my friends see the picture, everything will always be like, oh my god, God, man, God, and it's so cute. Going to this country, to that country, and obviously for me that was really the most perfect thing. Like, she has gotten it. A perfect husband, a perfect life, a pretty face. I say a perfect life. A perfect life, a pretty face, rich girl money. She has it all for us. That's what we thought. But then I literally just started noticing that this lady, the spark in her eyes are gone. I know you're going to ask me how do I know, but I just know the way she takes pictures. And I just started realizing, okay, the spark in her eyes are literally gone. And I literally sent her a message for the first time. I was like, are you okay? Are you sure you're fine? Or anything? Just asking, just checking up on her. So she told me that she was fine. Obviously, I don't expect her to start telling me her problems. She doesn't even know me. I just asked, like, because I cared. Then after like 3 months, I entered this girl's story and I'm seeing that her marriage has ended, and I'm seeing a long ass messages on her stories, different parts. Her first story was bruises, how he hit her, how he literally stopped her from seeing her friends, how he literally will ask her to wear gloves, niqab, collar neck stuff, so that her whole body will be covered when she wants to go out. How he literally started from shouting, then he went ahead to start beating her, and she told her family about it, and her family were just thinking it's not a big deal or something like that. Literally, she had one miscarriage in the marriage because of, tension, crying, and a lot of stress. She had a miscarriage, and I was just seated and I was thinking, literally, you might be thinking that life that the person is living, that's the life you want to live, but you have no idea what they are going through. I was in my house, I would see her pose, I'd be like, God, man, God, when will I find a man like that? God, when? I didn't even know the kind of shade she was seeing, having one miscarriaging, being beat up. Literally, he was controlling her entire life. Her entire life. He even told her to stop social media and everything. She literally finally left that marriage with so much stress. But he keeps calling her, threatening her, and everything. And after I saw that, I was like, God, please, every prayer I was praying about that guy, please, no, about finding a guy like that, no, please. Please, no. The amount of trauma that she is left with, please, it's not everything you see on social media, you be saying God, when God, and be praying for it. Just pray that God gives you a kind person, somebody that will not, maltreat you or anything. Prayers to her, sending a lot of prayers to her.
Did you hear about the woman on TikTok whose husband was cheating on her for 3 years? No, because listen to this carefully. So apparently this woman had found out that her husband was cheating on her for 3 years. Not a one-off, not a mistake, a lifestyle. And when she found out, she didn't scream, she wasn't crying. No, she didn't confront him. She stayed quietly and stacked her money up so that when she did leave him, she would be financially secure. She then allegedly slept with her husband's father. Yes, his dad. And not only that, she then went and got purposefully pregnant by him. Fast forward, she finally leaves her husband and shows him the ultrasound pictures and explains to her husband that he's not the father. But she wasn't done there. She then proceeds to go straight to her husband's mother, her mother-in-law, and show her the ultrasound pictures too. And this time she explains to the mother-in-law who the father of the baby is. So now the parents are obviously fighting. The mother-in-law files for divorce from her husband. And then do you want to know the cheek of the story after all of that? She says about 2 days after all of this went down, the woman went and got a termination. Literally just caused destruction in her husband's family and then made a clean exit. Women are not playing in 2026, clearly.